Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. Welcome back to our Sunday in the kitchen cooking vlog.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've done it. It is Saturday night. We're about to make dinner.
Yep.
We've got to go to the store.
Yep.
Sherry Beth, we're making something tonight we've never made before.
I'm really excited for it.
What are we making?
Dijon Parmesan Crusted halibut.
In the air fryer.
In the air fryer.
One of the things you guys have asked for are keto air fryer recipes. We wanted something that was seafood as well because, well, we live in Alaska.
And we like seafood.
And we like seafood. So that's exactly what we're making for dinner tonight.
We have a lot of the items that we need, but not all, so let's go to the store.
We just got to Meyer, which is where we're gonna do our grocery shopping today. But Sherry,
Yeah.
how was your Saturday then?
Good.
Yeah?
Good day.
We picked up the house a little bit.
We did.
We had some friends come over,
Yeah.
which was so nice just to sit and chat with everybody at the house.
Yeah.
We have the best people in our life.
Me too. They're all just great.
I sat there for 1 minute today and just kind of looked around at them being there, and I was like, I'm happy.
Like our whole living room was just like, it was one family, but it was like, it was nice just to like hang out with people.
I'm so happy. So it was great. Sherry and I were also talking about how, and this is a good thing, and I want to know if this happens to you guys. We were just talking about how today, even though it's Saturday, it feels like Sunday.
Yeah, well, we watched football for quite a bit of the day.
Yep.
And football is a Sunday thing.
Yeah, for us, we're not big college football fans.
Right. Usually it's NFL, and so usually that's on Sundays.
So it felt like Sunday.
Today was the playoff games on Saturday, and so we watched a lot of football, and it just felt like Sunday.
So the good news of that is that we still have Sunday.
Yay! I know, I was passing my computer on the stairs, and I like walked past it, and I was like, ugh, I have to go to work tomorrow. And I was like,
Nope.
wait, I don't.
We get to sleep
we
in
still
again.
have a whole other weekend day.
We get to sleep in again tomorrow. We did sleep in today. What time did we get out of bed?
Like, well, what time did we wake up? What time did we get out of bed?
Okay, those aren't always the same for us.
No, well, here's the thing. We woke up around 10.
Yes.
But Missy decided to jump up and snuggle.
You can't say no.
No, and she was extra purry, and she just like snuggled right on in, and
So,
like we can't.
yeah.
She snuggled like right between us, and it was so cute. And so we had some family snuggle time.
So we might not have actually gotten out of bed until
Closer to 11.
Closer to 11. It was a good day, you guys.
It was.
We're going into Fred Meyer to do our shopping. There's two grocery stores locally that we shop at the most. You guys know we do Costco, but the two like normal grocery stores are Fred Meyer and Cars. Fred Meyer is like Kroger, I believe, part of that chain. Cars is part of like Safeway Albertsons. Well, I'm coming to Fred Meyer today because I think the seafood counter at Fred Meyer is a little bit better.
It's a little bigger and a little better. Like I just feel like
Yeah.
their seafood is just a little bit better.
I think so too. So we're gonna go inside, fingers crossed, hopefully find some great looking halibut. There's a few other things we need for dinner. So let's put our masks on and let's go shopping. So it's 31 degrees here in Anchorage, pretty warm. And for those of you guys who are wondering, yes, I have my coat on this week. Even though 31 is not coat weather for me, I should be in
Apparently 10 isn't either.
Apparently 10 degrees isn't either, but this week I do have a coat on. Item number one for us is broccoli. So I think Sherry's down there getting a bag for this. And for those of you guys who want to know, broccoli is $1.79 a pound.
The next thing we need is a grated Parmesan cheese.
No, that's shredded. I want like that canned, like the cheap cheese. Oh, perfect. Just like that. Well, they actually don't have halibut, but they do have cod, and it looks pretty good, and it's on sale, which is awesome. So we're gonna go with cod instead. But look at the seafood counter here at Fred Meyer. Doesn't it look awesome? My goodness, look at that. Alaskan crab. Yes, please. Shrimp down here, lobsters down here, oysters down here. So delicious. Well, we are doing other shopping while we're here, and we got these 1 gram net carb enlightened dark chocolate ice cream bars.
Yum.
And then this is the brand we get at Costco that has the sea salt caramel, but they have peanut butter cups. We're getting those. Now apparently we need a hairbrush. Again, not important for our cooking vlog, but important to Sherry, so we're gonna find one. I don't think anybody is gonna be surprised that this is the hairbrush Sherry chose. Sherry,
It's got a squishy grip.
it's so pink. It's like the girliest hairbrush.
Back, so I have to take out all the other brushes in front of it to get to it.
Okay.
So basically this cooking vlog has turned into like a life shopping vlog because the Christmas stuff is 90% off. And
You
we
guys.
need more bows. And so we're gonna get more bows.
Like 90% off on Christmas stuff. So these bows are normally $2.99. They're 29 cents. How is that even possible? They have like tree skirts. They got a bunch of Santa hats. They have a ton of like Christmas candy and stuff. Not keto, stay away. Not today, Satan. But there's just like all sorts of stuff that's 90% off. I can't even believe that price. Here's a look at our cart. And honestly, only 2 things in here have anything to do with dinner tonight. But let's go home and cook. We're just walking out of Fred Meyer, and there's like a random fireworks show going on over there. What the heck is happening? We are back home. We are gonna start dinner. This is not gonna take long, which is our favorite thing.
Pretty nice, yeah.
We do not like, and we talked about this before, we don't love meals that require a ton of prep, that require just a lot of time.
Yeah.
Those are fun to do sometimes.
Sometimes, but I mean, honestly, like, even just like the throw it in the oven and bake it things, if they take like an hour and a half, we don't even buy them because we don't plan that far ahead.
We don't think that far ahead.
Like, we're like, oh, it's dinner time, what should we eat? And it's not like, what are we gonna have for dinner in 6 hours? Like, that's not where our brains go.
It's one of the reasons we love the air fryer. And it's one of the reasons I'm excited about tonight's air fryer recipe, is that it's not that long. Yeah. And it actually doesn't take that many ingredients. So let me show you what we need. Here's what we have. We have the cod. I got 2 pounds. We're not going to use all that. I probably should have just gotten a pound, honestly. Over here, we have broccoli. As a side dish, we're just going to cut this up and steam it with some salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic salt, that kind of thing. Grated Parmesan that we are going to use to coat the cod in, some Dijon, and then some garlic powder, some onion powder, some smoked paprika, and then a little bit of this garlic and Italian herb seasoning. So this is everything we're gonna need for dinner. So this is our air fryer. This is what we're gonna be cooking our cod in.
First thing we're gonna do is cut down our long strips of cod into the size fillets that we are going to use.
And one of the things I'm gonna do first is just kind of pat them off. I just wanna get any excess moisture off of these fillets that might be there. So I'm just taking a paper towel and just kind of going over them like so.
There's also this one. Hi, pretty girl.
Yeah, she for sure smells.
She says, ooh, are we having cod for dinner?
She's like, you guys, I smell cod. What are we making?
Do you want some cod? You do?
Oh my gosh. Basically what I'm going for are like fillets about this size. So I'm gonna use this. These are like a little bit thinner, so they would cook really fast. And obviously I want these to be all about the same thickness, so they cook the same. So I'm gonna put these in a Ziploc bag, and we will use these for something else later. All right, now I'm gonna put together like our seasoning. And so this is just gonna be a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of Missy still continuing to yell at us. A little bit of, I'm using like a Spanish smoked paprika.
Just so you know, we did actually cut off this smaller piece just for Missy. We're gonna cook it up without the seasoning so we can share our cod with her.
Most spoiled cat ever.
Sure.
And then again, a little bit of this, it's like a garlic salt and Italian herb blend. You could use a little bit of Italian seasoning. You could use like a just garlic salt, something like that. Then we're just going to mix this all up. Then what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna add it to our grated Parmesan. So we're gonna take that thing of grated Parmesan that we bought, we're gonna dump that in there, and then we're gonna add our seasoning to that, and then we're just gonna give that whole thing a nice mix. And you want to get all of the lumps out of this. So you just want to make sure that seasoning is incorporated all throughout the Parmesan and all of the lumps are out.
And Missy is just waiting ever so patiently.
You guys, I have an audience. Like, she is so funny.
Hi. Oh.
Wow. If we knew the word she just said, she'd be grounded.
Yeah. That's not a nice word to say to your parents.
That was not a Christian word, Missy, for sure. Next step. We're gonna take our little cod fillets, and obviously if we just tried to put the Parmesan in there, a little bit of it would stick on there, but not a lot. We need like a binding agent. So what I'm gonna use is Grey Poupon, just a little bit of Dijon. It's so good with like Parmesan.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do this in a really fancy way. I'm just gonna put some of this on my hands because there's not a great way to do this.
Right.
That are washed. Let me take my wedding ring off.
Yes, he did wash his hands.
Wash my hands, and then we're just gonna like get in on the cod like this. And we're gonna go ahead and we wanna get on both sides. So just take each piece, get like in there good. And here's what I'll say with this. You actually don't want like a ton of this on there.
Because it is pretty strong.
Yeah, and cod, like a lot of whitefish, has, oh, there's a little bit of bone in there, has a pretty delicate flavor. And so you don't want to overpower the fish with this. And so I don't touch the outside of the Grey Poupon with my fish hands. Sherry Beth has helped me there.
You're welcome.
You are the best kitchen helper I have ever had since Auburn left.
I can't guarantee what the camera was doing. Whoa. While I did that, so who knows.
How about this? Sherry.
It smells so good.
I was just going to say that.
I love Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon smells so delicious. So again, all that we're doing is just kind of a thin layer of that Dijon on the cod.
Needs to be rubbed in
a little bit more. Oh, it sure does. Look at you.
You know, you're welcome.
You're a regular Rachel Ray. Is she still around?
I don't know.
What has Rachel Ray been doing? All right. So now that is like that, and then what I'm going to do is kind of bring our basket over close to here. I'm going to get this, press it down in there, flip it over. Oh my gosh. Press that on there. And look how perfect. Like, it's coated everywhere. Then we're just going to put those down in there. And I'm going to do that with every one of these pieces. So we have all of our cod fillets in there. They're all done. And then we have this little piece for Missy because she's spoiled. I'm just going to put that here in this back corner.
Best baby.
Now the cod is going to cook in our air fryer for 10 to 11 minutes. We're going to go 11 minutes because we do have quite a bit in there at 400 degrees. So put that in. Turn the power on. We're going to increase that temperature to 400. And then there we go.
We're going to have to adjust the time because it automatically goes to 15
It goes to 15 minutes on ours, so we're just going to turn it down a couple minutes to 11 minutes. Good to go.
And now I'm going to make Adam wash the cutting board since he put the raw fish on there so that I can cut up the broccoli.
You don't want our broccoli to have raw fish taste?
Not really.
Why not?
Well,
Sherry's now cutting up the broccoli, and we are going to well, she's trying to. Good job, Sherry Beth. That is a hearty stock. We're gonna steam it actually here in this Pampered Chef steaming thing that we bought a number of years ago, and we love this. Basically, you just cut up the broccoli into florets, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water, and then you put this in the microwave for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. And it comes out steamed and perfect. It's so easy. We really love this.
Broccoli is one of our go-to side dishes. It's really easy. It's really yummy. We'll do it with like shaved Parmesan on top, sometimes just like salt and pepper. It's really just yummy.
When I was a kid, I actually didn't like broccoli. I still don't like raw broccoli. Like, I'm not a raw broccoli fan, but I'll do steamed broccoli. But growing up, the only way I would eat my broccoli, the only way, let me know if some of you guys are like this, was covered in cheese sauce. Like, more cheese sauce than broccoli. I still like broccoli that way. We don't normally do it that way. I think tonight we're just gonna do it steamed with like salt and pepper. Now we're just gonna add a little bit of water to our broccoli, just like that.
And we're just gonna pop it in the microwave. You can see the lid has these holes, so it kind of steams. We put a little bit of water, it steams it up. And we're gonna go 4 minutes.
Air fryer just went off. Let's take a look at how, oh my goodness.
It looks so good.
Those look so good. Now, the way to test cod or halibut or most white fishes is just to make sure that it's flaky. That's kind of what we're looking for. And so I'm just going to pull this apart. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. That is done. And our timing was perfect because the microwave also just went off. Let's see if our broccoli is done.
You can tell by the color usually.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't know that.
See, so that's done.
That looks nice.
Nice and bright greens. And with those wonderful holes, we're going to drain out the water.
Boom.
And then I just use this as my very fancy serving dish.
We are so fancy, Sherry. Also, don't pay attention to the sink full of dirty dishes.
Go in the dishwasher after that.
Exactly. And then, Sherry, as far as seasoning the broccoli, what are we doing tonight?
Salt and pepper.
Boom. Keep it simple.
Yep.
Sherry has it smelling here.
It smells really good.
Now,
between the cod and the broccoli, and we actually just ground coffee as well, it smells really good in here.
Now, let's talk for a second about seafood and you.
Yep.
Because this is not a meal, when you move to Alaska, you would have been very excited about.
Correct.
Talk about that.
When I moved to Alaska, I did not really like seafood. I liked shrimp, sauteed, and that was about it.
Like shrimp scampi, that kind of thing with butter, yep.
Yep. And that was really pretty much the only kind of seafood that I liked. So I have expanded my horizons, and I think halibut was actually the first like white fish that I tried and I liked, and I was like, okay, this isn't bad. And so I kind of like tried other white fish like cod and rockfish and grouper and like other kinds of white fish, and I was like, okay, now I actually like this stuff. So I will eat most seafood now. I still don't like salmon.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard to be in Alaska.
Because you love crab, you love scallops, you love whitefish, you love obviously shrimp, lobster, but salmon's kind of the one that you're still not a huge fan of.
I'll eat most shellfish and whitefish, but I just can't do the salmons yet.
But I think you can do this because you guys, this looks so stinking good. So as far as plating this, is I'm just going to put a couple pieces of this cod on each of our plates. Actually, I think we have 3 pieces each.
It's gonna be more than we can.
Which is more than we need for sure.
So we'll have leftovers.
We definitely will have leftovers. And then broccoli on the rest. And for those of you wondering, because I know some of you are, Missy's piece turned out perfect back here, but we are gonna let it cool down a little bit. It's still pretty hot, so we are gonna eat our dinner first, and then we'll show you guys Missy eating her dinner. Also, don't feel bad about Missy like having to wait for dinner, because let's be really clear. Look at this attention she's getting. Okay, she is so spoiled.
Oh, sure.
Sherri Beth, I'm gonna let you do the first honors and take the bite. Curious to see how you like this. Again, we've never made this. I've made similar things.
We've always baked cod. Like, we've always just done it baked in the oven.
This is the first time we've ever done fish in the air fryer. So curious to see how it is. Here we go. What if on one of these videos, Sherri's just like, oh, that's gross.
It's not gonna be this one.
Really? It's good?
It's really good.
Yeah?
You can actually taste, like, everything. You can taste the hint of the Dijon. There's not a lot.
Is it not overpowering?
Not at all.
Nice.
You can taste the Parmesan, like the spices. It's really good.
A lot of times whitefish has just such a delicate flavor, right? There's just, it's so easily overpowered by what it's with that normally when I will do like halibut or if I will do cod, I'll just do, honestly, salt and pepper, like some butter and lemon sort of thing. But I want to try something different with this. Our first air fryer fish dish is absolutely a win. Well, Sherri is a pushover and has decided that Missy needs to eat with us. So she is tearing up her cod into little Missy-sized pieces. Oh my gosh, this cat is so spoiled. Yes, you're so spoiled. Missy, where do you go?
Let's go.
Where does it go?
Over here. Let's go.
Oh, okay, lead us. Is this dish Missy approved? It certainly appears like it. Okay, she loves it. But I still think I love it even more than she does.
The nice thing about this meal is that there is 0 carbs in the cod, there's 0 carbs in the Parmesan, 0 carbs in any of the spices and the Dijon mustard. Really the only carbs that are in this meal are from the broccoli, and there are 4 carbs per cup.
Also, Missy's done eating her food and she's back up there behind Sherri. You guys can see her in the shadows, like lurking, wanting more cod. Oh, she's the worst and the best.
So we're done with dinner, and I have to apologize to you guys because I lied to you.
Wow, Sherri.
We ate all of the fish.
You guys look at this.
Apparently we were a little more hungry than we thought.
Oh my gosh.
And also it was so good.
Is this a recipe you would do again?
Absolutely.
I actually could not agree more.
It was so good.
It was so good.
And so easy.
The first time we've done fish in the air fryer, and we were just talking about this before I hit record on the camera, the air fryer continues to impress us more and more.
Yeah.
In the last week, we've done chicken that was so good. We've done this. I feel like everything we've thrown at the air fryer has been perfect.
Yeah, so this was like perfectly crispy on the outside and inside cooked all the way through, which is great.
But not dry.
Not dry, like still completely juicy inside. Yeah. And you can't even get that with the oven. Like, it's really hard to get not dry fish.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this.
Perfect.
This was a recipe that I would do again 100%.
Yes, we were saying the only thing we would change is we would add salt to like the spice mixture. It needed a little bit of salt.
And I didn't even think about it because I thought, oh, there's going to be some salt in that like garlic salt Italian herb thing. There was a little bit, it needed a little bit more.
It needed a little bit more, so we just added some at the table and it like bumped it up to where it needed to be. It was great.
It was great. Again, very few carbs in this, a relatively healthy meal.
Yeah.
And honestly, super flavorful.
Yeah, and so easy.
This is one of those recipes, and we said this about last week's recipe as well. Even if you're not on keto, I think you're going to like this.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those recipes that there's some recipes, you guys will know exactly what I mean when I say this. When it's like, oh, this is good for keto.
Yeah, like it would clearly be much better with like an actual pasta or an actual bread or whatever, but like...
This was so good.
This was so good, just as is. I wouldn't add anything except the salt.
Yeah. I agree. So guys, thanks for hanging out with us as we did some shopping, as we changed this recipe from halibut to cod. I will say, if you did halibut, it would basically be the same thing. It might take a little bit longer cooking time.
Yeah, halibut tends to be a little bit thicker.
Yep, so adjust your cooking time based on the size of the fish you're using. I think that this recipe would be great with any whitefish though.
We were saying it, like the recipe that we kind of basically a little bit went off of online, did say to do 10 to 11 minutes and flip it halfway through, which we did not do.
I didn't feel like the Parmesan crust was on there so much. I felt like if I flipped it, it would fall off.
Yeah, so we just left it. Like, we literally set it for 11 minutes and left it alone.
And it was perfect.
And it was perfect. So I wouldn't change anything about the way we use the air fryer.
No, this recipe was great. So if you guys try this, let us know. I love hearing when you guys try these recipes. Because again, we're not chefs. We're barely cooks, right?
Barely.
Barely cooks.
Yeah, and I will say this took very few dishes.
It took a few dishes. It was super fast. It was relatively cheap. A healthy meal, super flavorful. So again, this was a home run. This was one that we will continue to do, not only through keto, but even after keto.
Yeah, because we have fish and broccoli like fairly often anyway.
Totally.
So this is a good way to do the fish that I would absolutely do again.
Yep, completely agrees. Friends, we love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you tomorrow on the next LeggLife video. And also, I just want to point out, this meal was Missy approved, but you guys, could she be cuter? What are you doing snuggling my shoe? Oh my gosh.
Cutest baby.
You are the cutest cat. Do you have like delicious cod belly and now you're in like fish coma? Okay, look at how cute you are. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye. Good job, Missy.